Obviously 2 or 3 knocking around in case somebody has a problem or somebody gets something lost. But we always give Create and Craft absolute exclusivity as well. So, and the bargains as well if you are a club member, which is super cool as well.
Definitely.
So I'm super excited about this collection.
Wow.
It's a tiny one for me for Stamps by Me, really, but it is a lovely uplifting collection.
Very
and I know
much.
a lot of people love like the sort of mystical element of hot air balloons and being flying through the air and holidays and taking your dogs in camper vans and you know, all that. We love all. We've just been talking about that.
I bet Akira would love a kite, actually. No. Now, I will warn you, 20% of the stock has gone now. This is absolutely flying out. So we better show you everything else that we've got available to you. So your 14 stamps, your 6 dies, all coming to you by way of that item number on your screen, 466 and 961. Obviously, you can go for it all in one go if you're wanting to, but when you look at everything else that we've got for you, you might well want to spread the cost. Now, if you do, you've got 3 flexi buys. First payment comes along with your post and packing, then you'll have your second and your third payment as well. But of course, anything else that you add into that order, you can spread over 3 payments as well. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. 466 961. Now, promised you brand new items, more items. Well, we're going to move our way down our staircase. Oh no, we're not. We're going across.
Slide.
I do apologise.
Slide.
I forgot which way
She's thinking about camper van.
Up and across, left a bit, right a bit. Now, this is a lovely set. To be honest, when we look at this, we've almost got multiple new and exclusive bundles.
Yeah, there's sort of 3 in total, isn't there?
Okay,
but
yeah.
This one's totally different. Now, I don't think you'll ever have seen anything like this before. It's totally different. So these dies stay in the page. However, the heart edges pop up from the page. So if you want to pinch them and raise them, you can absolutely do that. But if you want to leave them all on the backing card, so you can create your own backgrounds with them. But you have the capability to put that 3D element in there as well. That's a good one.
Can I pinch that one just to show you?
So that's totally flat.
Okay, so if I show you,
just totally flat stays in the card. But then if you pick this one, maybe
there we go.
And then you can see
you can see how they've been pinched
up and raised. It's totally different. So don't look at them though just as your nesting dies. The circle one creates a beautiful aperture around your kite. I've never seen anything like mind you, I always say this every time I've never seen anything like this, and like it's been around for donkeys. However, mine's a little bit different because I did hearts. I don't know, but I always try and be so creative that you can get something unique in your stash and you're going to be able to use it time and time. So that circle makes a lovely sort of sunset around your kite. Yeah. It makes a beautiful backdrop for your hot air balloon as well. So think about putting that full 3-4 circles onto your cardstock and sitting your 3D your hot air balloon straight in the centre of that with just that decorative detail. It's a card done. You don't even have to colour the hot air balloon. Leave it black and white if you want to.
That's it. And I always love a rectangle because, of course, the beauty is you can either have it portrait or you can have it landscape. So you kind of got the variation with regards to those. And I'm guessing some of the smaller ones will fit within the larger ones as well. So lots of scope with regards to those. So you are getting all of those dies. It's actually 7 dies in total there. Huge amount of creativity and something a little bit different, as Toni said.
So excited.
If you fancy getting hold of these, 996 and 983. Rapidly approaching 20% of the stock has gone, my goodness. And yeah, again, when they've gone, they've gone. So you need to be quick with these. Make your choices as quick as you can. I don't wish to kind of put pressure on you, but yeah, it's one of those things. You're going to have to make your decisions as early as you can, but more importantly, check your baskets out as soon as you possibly can as well. So, stencils. This is something else you do so well, Toni.
Yeah. So, full bundle if you want. I put them all together because I felt like everybody's going to not be able to pick, but you can get them as individuals as well. So they all work beautifully.
Except for this one. Poppy.
Nice start. So basically you can create the most gorgeous sort of perspective with your hot air balloon. So poppy background, so you'll have your hot air balloon and the poppy in the background as if it's flying over a poppy field. Then we have the honeycomb, which looks like lightning. You can see a theme here, can't you?
Yeah.
So you can use it as honeycomb and your decorative stencils if you want to. They'll look like lightning. Then here we have sort of that kaleidoscope when the sun shines through a cloud and you get that kaleidoscope effect through, but equally they can be used as an everyday stencil if you want to. Then I felt like the numbers one was more of like a digital rain effect, so if you wanted to do rain but with numbers and things like that, so you can stencil through and create dimension in the background in that one. And then the next one is your huge rainbows. I think they're all very fitting for this collection, but they're all going to work individually with your own stash probably. If you're a Stencil fan, inexpensive, great price point, and if you do love them and you love your inky backgrounds and mess and texture paste and glitter paste and all the good stuff, then you're good to go.
Definitely. Now, if you fancy getting hold of these, you don't have to choose. You're going to get all of them, but 10% of the stock has gone. Now, you've got an £8.49 saving if you're a club member. You can shop for them individually with the exception of the poppies. So if you want in the poppy field one, which, to be honest, I think most of you will want to go for, you definitely need to consider the bundle. And it's almost as if, I suppose you consider that one almost being a bit of a bonus, really, when you're looking at the saving. So if you fancy getting hold of these, then the details are on your screen, 515037. Now, we're keen to head over to the demo area, so why not have a little look on the website? Oh, she's ready to go. On there, you've got all sorts of goodies. Now, obviously, Toni brings us a wide range of different products via Stamps by Me, but you can check out the brand section and you'll get the opportunity to go for all sorts of beautiful things. Now, on the shows, we've got some fabulous paper bundles as well, and we've got all of these items because we know how busy Toni's shows go. So it could be a case of that before long, all we're looking at is paper. So make sure that you get involved. Now, the Eureka, you'll see this in action during the course of the demonstrations, and I'm sure Toni will explain it to you, but do make sure you take a look at that. And I noticed a little bit of fabric there. Is that how do you look at that? Ooh, okay. Oh, it was being the past tense. So I'm guessing it's so. Oh, we still got it. Okay, I missed that one earlier. I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted. But yes, your Eureka. Gosh, that's not easy to say. If you want to get hold of yours, now is the perfect opportunity, and of course you can spread the cost of that one as well. And this is something you use regularly, and we see lots of other crafters working with this as well.
Yeah, I just noticed Leonie just had one.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I was like, does that belong to me? She's like,
quite possibly. Oh, she's not there.
Bless her, she's not there. We can't tell her. Right, so I'm going to create a lovely sort of flat card, because most of the time we do stamps on their own, but equally when we do have dies, it's lovely to use them, but they do both, don't they? They do flat and they do three-dimensional. So I have this lovely rainbow. Now, it's a huge rainbow. We have done a smaller version of this, but I felt like we needed some, because it's summer, we need some big rainbows. So I'm just going to pop this into the Eureka here, and then I'm just going to grab a colour. Now, I'm going to go sort of a monochromatic feel here. So I'm using my Eyes Ink pigment inks here because you get a lovely smooth blend with them. So these are the ones that I did in my own colours if you are wanting to sort of copy this demo. So I'm just going to take some of this colour here and I'm just going to stencil. In fact, whereabouts would I like it? Let's have a look. So we'll just move it over here. Quite imagine
this is going to have quite an Art Deco look with the grey and
yeah, absolutely. I'll just love tone on tone as well. And then let's just pop some colour through here.
Okay.
So it won't look like much is going on at the moment, but when I remove the stencil, you will be able to see it, I promise.
Okay.
So let's just get some colour. I've put my bracelet on the wrong wrist, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, you're jangling.
Ching, ching, changle. Honestly, I will remove it for next show.
That's okay.
Honestly. So just get a bit of colour on here. So I already got one ahead of time that my lovely design team have already done in like a grayscale. So I'll show you that in a second.
So it's got like a bluiness to that grey.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? So I'm just getting some colour down here. And no rainbow would be complete without some sparkle. So we're going to add some sparkle as well. Don't forget though, you can do all of your rainbows in all of the colours you love to do. If you like to do bright oranges, reds, yellows, whatever you're doing. Okay. So I'm just stenciling through here and I'm using my Funky Fossil stencil brush here, which are on the web. So there we have a bit of colour there, but I want to make it a bit sparkly, so I'm just going to just use some of my sparkle spray here. Okay. And just spray it onto my glass mat. So this is the Pearly Winks spray. Right, yes, it's on the website as well. I did ask them, can I use it? Like, yeah, of course. So I get some sparkle on my brush too, and I'm just going to sparkle through as well. Super gorgeous. So when this dries, it looks absolutely stunning. So I'm going to have a sparkly rainbow as well. Okay. So get that colour through, and then when you remove your stencil, you're just going to end up with a beautiful sort of stencil.
Oh, look at that!
Super easy, and it's got lovely sparkle as well.
Oh yes, so it has.
I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can.
There we go.
It dries sparklier.
It's, yeah, I was going to say, as it dries, you kind of see it more, don't you? But you can see it there. It's almost
I'll show you when it's dry. It's gone. It's fizzing. It's got
it does look like it's fizzing.
That is true, it's fizzing. Right, so let's grab our stamp. Now, These stamps are huge. We don't do anything small at Stamps by Me. Only when we have to, and we get told off for doing everything big by our customers. But we do everything big. So let's show you how big this actually is. So you can see from my hand how big. Look at that. It is big.
Yeah.
It's just a complete card. And I like the fact as well that I'm able to not have to hunt around to fill a card.
Yes, yeah.
So let's place this on here.
Lovely design. Of course, the stamp that we're looking at is one half of your new and exclusive bundle. The details of which are on the screen, but it's not just the stamps you're getting. You're actually getting the dies as well, which will allow you to cut them out if you choose. And obviously you can mat and layer, do your decoupage and all that kind of thing. But it's a combination of the two, really. They both work beautifully well together. They work independently, and of course they certainly work with everything else that Tony's brought to us. And they give you the opportunity to open up a flexi order with your 3 flexi dies.
I love the flexi.
Well, it makes life so much easier, especially when you're wanting a little bit of everything. Because
it helps, doesn't it?
Sometimes I know you think to yourself, right, okay, I'm going to get that, and then next month I'll get that. But then when next month comes, it might be a case of it's sold out and we don't get it back again. So
that's the thing, isn't it? Mind you, we've all probably got craft stuff bigger than houses, haven't we? if you're anything like me. So same colour. You can use same colour. So let's just use same colour and see what it comes out like.
Okay.
Got nails like you today.
No, I need mine doing. I just looked at them on camera. They look shocking.
Oh, bless you. Sorry, that's
I just draw
me
attention
pointing
to
them
it.
out. She'll like,
I keep moving my fingers now so you can't see.
So let's see what this comes out like. Not dark
it's
enough.
like it's like isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go black. Let's go black so you can see it.
But that might be a nice kind of effect if you're building it up and then you're going a layer on top.
Absolutely,
in your
and because I've used pigment, I could throw any coloured embossing powder on there and it would be coloured as well. So let's just use black for now. I want you to at least be able to see it. So let's stamp this out.
And any tips for when you're working with larger stamps to get a good impression?
Buy a Eureka.
Okay. Simple as.
So I don't think there's any blocks quite big enough for these. Well, if there is, they're really cumbersome, aren't they? But Eureka's just basically amazing, and I don't know how I'd live without it now, to be honest. So,
well, I know there's lots of people who've got them, and like
lots
you say,
of people have got different types of styles. Ones I think they're an asset. These sort of platform things on here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to grab a black ink pad.
Okay.
And we're just going to add a little bit of colour in one colour. So I'm just going to.
So this is a distress ink pad?
Yeah, no, this is ice ink. Yeah, just a bit of black on here. Not much because I don't want too much. Tiniest bit of colour, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to the flowers. Always remember when you use your ink pads, they always dry back about 2 shades lighter, so have the courage to at least get some colour on. Right. Otherwise you're going to be layering and layering for the rest of your life, so get some colour on there. So I'm going quite monochromatic for this first demonstration.
Because when you see flowers, you automatically think of your pastel tones.
I've got some beautiful, colourful ones as well, but I thought let's just do a quick flat one. That's just because I think sometimes these sort of cards show how amazing the stamps are. If you can do them in these sort of designs, it's a credit to the stamp, I think.
Yeah, very much.
So let's just add a bit of colour.
Also, if you've got a limited palette of colours with regards to your ink pad, shows that it's achievable when you've got the right tools.
Yeah, I agree. So let's just get a quick stamp on here.
Lovely.
So let's see what stamp is in the set as well. So you've got some lovely sentiments too. So we have, home is not a place, it's a feeling.
Aww.
Be patient and trust your journey. Let's do that one.
Oh, that's nice, because sometimes you do, don't you? You have to be patient, not want anything too quickly.
Although we do want everything quickly.
That's the trouble, isn't it?
And then we'll stamp this one.
And it's nice because you've got a mixture of different styles of fonts as well, so they kind of lend themselves to lots of different styles.
Yeah, I like the mixed element. There we go. And then all we're just going to do very quickly is just pop it onto this piece of gold. Pop it onto there.
Oh, is that lovely?
So they can add the sparkle.
Isn't that effective? And how quick and easy is
I mean,
that?
yeah, I've just done that from start to finish, haven't I?
Yeah.
No cheating, no corner cutting, no pre-done.
That's lovely. Very
you could add
achievable.
some sequins or some gems into the centre of the flowers if you wanted to really jazz it up. But that's just a very quick. I like to show you quick first, and then we'll get into more detail as we go through the show.
I love it. So there you go. If you fancy getting hold of the stamps to enable you to do that, then don't worry. I'm going to show you how you get hold of those.
Can I just show you one in... what did I do with it? One in black and white from my design team member. Here we go. Here's the other one, other stencil from Paul.
I see. So a similar sort of idea, just mixing it up.
So that one's from Paul. So that looks like lightning, doesn't it? Yeah. So you can see I did the rainbows, Paul's done the lightning.
Lovely. Tony, thank you.
You're welcome.
So there you go. If you fancy getting hold of your new and exclusives, you'll need those stamps and dies. Well, here you go. But over 20% of the stock has gone. It's a brilliant deal, launched at 4 o'clock. And the idea is that it's going to run for a period of time, 24 hours. The problem that we've got is we haven't got a bountiful, endless supply of these. Once it's gone, it's gone. So we've only got, I think it's 3 live shows with Tony with regards to this one. The others will be, there's 8 o'clock tonight, and then we've got 8 o'clock tomorrow morning as well. But the stock, potentially through the night, especially with the repeat shows, could sell out. It might even go 8 o'clock tonight. So make sure you get involved as soon as you possibly can. That guarantees that you know that you've got yours, it's safe, it's going to be on its way to you, and it's an amazing deal. Can't get these anywhere else, and if you're wanting to take advantage of that deal, you certainly need to do it sooner rather than later. As you look at the finished samples, you'll see all sorts of different styles where these have been created, some of them traditionally with that kind of outline, with the colour attached, or maybe something quite artistic, taking advantage of a inky mop-up. Maybe you created some fabulous backgrounds and you wanted to take advantage of your white embossing powders. Well, you can do. But of course, as Tony said, nice large open areas. So if you do want to hone those colouring skills, you certainly got the opportunity to do so. Now you can see a fabulous little frameworks building alongside these. This is something that I'll be telling you about in a few moments. But for the time being, if you want those gorgeous florals and the fabulous hot air balloons, then the details are on your screen. This is what you need to know. 466 and 961. Got 2 prices. The lower being the one that you will get if you are a club member. And of course, both of those prices can be spread over 3 payments if you so choose. If you want to pop this on into your basket and you're a club member, you're just looking at £19.49 along with your post and packing today, and your second and third payments are following. But then of course you have got the opportunity to add other goodies in, which is why I want to show you those fabulous frames. Now they're frames that are a little bit different, because rather than cutting them out and putting them onto your projects, these are going to be beautiful because they've kind of got that 3-dimensional kind of lift, that pinch look that you've got with these. So you've got your hearts in your circular formation, but also in your rectangles. But the beauty is they don't cut all the way through. So you've kind of got a little centerpiece that is secured in your card, meaning that the outer parameters of those hearts can almost be pinched out like the little wings of a butterfly. You can lift them up away from your page. So that gives you a lot of interest, and it gives you a different way of framing your artwork. So as you can see here, the fabulous stamps that we've just been looking at with regards to your new and exclusive bundle alongside those fabulous frames. Now these are called the Loveables, and it's kind of another new and exclusive because it's the first time that we've seen them, and this is the only place again you can get hold of them. And you're going to get both sets. So you're going to get the rectangles that we just saw, and of course the beauty with a rectangle, obviously you can have it portrait, you can have it landscape, so very, very useful. And the circles, I mean circles just look so beautiful, don't they, as a framework. Now if you are looking to shop for these by themselves, sadly the circle formation aren't available anymore. You can only get them in the bundle. But to be honest, if you're spreading the cost, I think you'd be going for one and then next month coming back for the next one anyway. So it makes sense to consider going for it with your flexi buy on these. You've actually got 3 flexi buys on this one, £10.49 if you're a club member. So that initial payment today with your post and packing, and then your second and third payments after that. So if you want to get hold of these, 996 and 983. I think they'll become favourites within your stash. So if you fancy those, please do so. Now of course Toni was working with one of her stencils, and we've got a bumper pack for you as well. Now the stencil that we saw with the rainbow sweep is kind of gone on the same story as the poppy that I told you of. It's sold out by itself. So the only way you can get hold of the rainbow alongside the poppy is within the bundle. And to be honest, this is the way most of you are shopping. They're really good size stencils, 7x7 as you can see, and you're getting all 5 of these. The poppies have got a beautiful look to them. So there's loads of ways that you're going to create those open spaces for you to work with. And don't forget, because of the quality of the stencils, you can put them through your die cutting machines and kind of get that embossed look as well. Now I love this geometric look. It's almost like a geometric map almost with this one, but of course it gives you the result that you have almost got those lightning bolts shooting through the sky. So of course it's perfect to work alongside your hot air balloon. I don't know if it's a good idea to take a hot air balloon out in the middle of a lightning storm. I don't know, but when we're making cards you can. I love this one with the circles, the interlocking circles, because when you concentrate on a different area within this, you get a different look. So it might be that you're concentrating on the squares and then you're seeing that kind of the design built up around it, or you might be seeing the circular rings in there, but whichever way you're looking at this one, a really useful one to have. And then something that's quite quirky, those fabulous numbers, and I love this. You've almost got like a bit of a distressed look to these, and as you heard from Toni, she was kind of thinking of raindrops with the numbers. I just think it's a really quirky look, and you might think, well, numbers are quite kind of geometric, but team them up with those florals, you can see they look absolutely amazing. So I think that's another one that you'll find yourself using a lot. And then the last one in this collection is that fabulous one that we saw Toni working with, and again, you can't get hold of this one by itself. That sweep, that rainbow, as you can see, or is it a wave? It could be turned the other way around. There's loads of different ways you can be working with this one, and again, I think it's one that's going to fill a good area very quickly, and I'm sure if you're careful you can kind of reposition that and almost tessellate those designs. Again, another very useful one. So bringing them all together, you've got a fabulous saving on these, so you can see you're saving £8.49 if you're a club member, and of course you can spread the cost as well. So if you fancy getting hold of these, then you can. 515037, that's the item number that you're needing to use. And don't forget, do check out everything else that we've been speaking of as well, because you can definitely pop these into your basket as well. Now of course we're going to head back over to the demo area. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of VT. Check this out.
Look out for our big weekly promotions only at Create and Craft. Our one-day special, which is our special product of the day, launches every day at 6 p.m. New and exclusive launches Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m, where you will find products and offers not available anywhere else. And there's our pick of the week, which launches every Monday at 8 a.m. Taking you into the weekend is our Weekender, which launches every Friday night at 8 p.m. Create and Craft, bringing you 7 days of deals.
So you can see we're always giving the perfect opportunity to bag a bargain, and that's exactly what we're doing during this hour. But what we have found is that you've been very, very busy. Lots of you ordering those fabulous circular dies. So we're going to have a little chat about those.
I'm going to have to show it before it goes.
Exactly.
So I have a piece of square card here. So what I was saying about creating your own decorative backgrounds is you can when you put it through your die cutting machine, you can just do like half of the circle. You could put one inside if you want to. You could maybe do half on the base here, and it'll leave it in the page. It's so cool. So normally we would do like a plate where you would get the decorative detail all in one, but it's been separated so you can create your own design. But equally you can do the design so it cascades down. So if you did this, you'd have the three. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out this middle one, and I'm going to pop that in the centre, and I'm going to do this one just off to the side, and you'll see why in a second. And it's just going to leave that detail in this piece of card, and it's going to be so pretty. Now if I wanted to lift the heart wings up on the big one, then I could, or the little one. It really doesn't matter. You can be creative in your own right. So let's just hold this in place.
So is it always a good idea to use a bit of tape for
When
this?
I do two dies, I try and practice what I preach and do it. When I'm at home, I'm a bit naughty, but you know, do two, then you're not going to take the risk because you pay a lot of money for this stuff. Right, so let's just move this out of the way. Let's show you how cool these are, because until you probably show you're probably going to be like, I'm not sure I quite get it yet, Toni. So let's just move this for a second on my card, and then let's just run this one through. Super easy. Now nothing's going to drop out, everything's connected, and that's the cool part about it. That's why they're really, really different. So we'll run it through forward, and then we'll just pull it back, and then you get just such a cool background. And obviously on the back of the packaging, as you all know, we have that fabulous QR code, which is going to take you to all the inspiration, and on the back of the packet as well you do get some sort of card ideas as well. So if you get you going straight away, straight as soon as it lands on your mat, you can be creative. But if you scan this shows you me doing the pre-launch for Create and Craft as well, and then demonstration. So don't forget about that. So let's just shift that out of the way and let's show you. So when you take the tape off, hopefully it doesn't tear my card.
Now these dies, you are loving these. Don't forget, you can't get hold of the circular formation now. That's sold out by itself. You have still got the ability to get the rectangles, but to be honest, when you look at the price of the rectangles and then you consider the price of the bundle, it means that in effect, the circles, the difference that you're paying, you can kind of get them at a lower price. You know what I mean with regards to that. Obviously do the maths yourself, but if you do want to go for it as a bundle, was that a quarter of the stock? My goodness.
Look at that.
Look at those. How cute. I love it.
Look how it stays in. But equally, if you want to pop them up, all you do is just push your finger on the back, push it, and then pinch it. That's what I do, and it push and pinch. And you get the three. See, there we go.
Lovely.
You get the 3D. So you could 3D them all. They're so cool, so different. So if you want something a little bit different,
very classic,
this is really different. I want mine flat, so I'm just going to push that back down.
Okay.
So let's show you where this card is going. Now, from that lovely floral set, I stamped this floral. Now, I stamped it in orange. Don't ask me why I had an orange ink pad in my hand. I thought I had black. It's stamped in orange, so I just went with it. So orange, and then I coloured it with my pencils. It's a little bit different, actually, isn't it? So it were meant to be, I guess. So you get the coordinating die as well, which is awesome. So I don't have to worry about fussy cutting and stuff. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pin this one down.
That's quite an intricate design if you're going to try and cut it out, especially if you're making cards to sell. It's going to take time to actually sit and cut that out. So it's probably one you shy away from, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just make sure you've got your die. So you get a 1mm border all the way around as well. So let's just move our decorative element. So you can see I'm moving those circles around and the rectangles as well, interconnect them, overlap them. Looks so cool. So let's just run this one through.
Lovely.
So I know I've cut a lot of the colour in there and stuff like that, but if you scan the QR code you'll get more inspiration on.
Should we be considering what weight of cardstock that we're working with at all with the dies?
No, well, I always use just 250 GSM, but they will go through 300 GSM as well. They're good quality, so. And then just pop it out, and then you have your lovely.
Oh, isn't that a lovely design?
It's cool, isn't it? And they're just gorgeous for corners and toppers, whatever you really want.
You probably cut that out quicker than it would take me to find my scissors in order to try and cut it out, to be honest. When you've
had to fight through all your mammoth
oh my
fabric.
Goodness, yeah.
Piles of fabric.
Okay, yeah.
Right, let's bring in a card very quickly. So I have a big 7x7, I think this is, so I'm trying to step away from just doing 5x7. So, piece of pink first.
Lovely. Of course, this can be coordinated in whatever colour you like, really. You can use a bit of creative license. You could have blue with your blue roses if you wanted to.
You could absolutely do that. Like so. And then we have our pink piece. Now, I would actually pop some of this on pads, but my pads are not out.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that's the right way. Like so. Give it a good push down. And then we've got our lovely decorative part, which made a mucky mark with that tape. I'm a bit gutted about that, but you know, I have my eraser, so I will erase it out. Oh, just push one through there. Cheeky. So then.
A bit of overzealous
gluing. Never mind. I will cover it. So then you push it down like so, and then you've got this aperture area here. But look where, oh, look at that, covers it perfect. So you can see, put some pads behind though, because it will look better if you sort of raise it. But look how gorgeous it cut. Right, it's quite a summery card, is that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then in that sentiment as well, in that set you get some lovely sentiments as well. Again, Amor, you and me. So I've used this circle so it's going to fit these sentiments beautifully in the centre of this circle. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, just bring in my Eureka.
And I suppose when you're actually doing your mats and layers, you just need to be mindful if you're going to be pinching those little hearts or where you put your adhesive, because obviously when you
pinch them before you stick it. Pinch them before you pop them down.
Okay.
And I think the reason why that one's dropped out is because I run it back and forth through my machine. It's sort of like double cut. Does that make sense? I kind of
like that little window there.
So let's just stamp this in black. Getting this some gorgeous sentiments too as well. So, and all in different types of fonts and things like that as well.
different sizes as well. So if you see, I like that little heart just there, that little
just little
accent
missing, yeah. And then we'll get our lovely embellishment, which I would put pads behind normally, but I'm just going to give the petals and the leaves a bit of a tweak, give it a little bit of dimension, a bit of movability on there, and then I'll just stick it in the centre here. Let's see which way. I think we'll go just there, and it'll just hide that missing heart that you love.
That's me, a bit different.
There's nothing wrong with being different.
Isn't that gorgeous?
There we go. So another quick, super quick. Oh, I coloured the flower, but you can see how that lovely detail in the background, if you swap it around, you're going to get some lovely sort of background techniques and things like that. It's just a lovely set.
Beautiful. Thank you, Toni.
Welcome.
Thank you. Love that. And again, you can see how useful those little frames are, aren't they? Just something a little bit different. Details are on your screen if you're wanting to get hold of your new and exclusive bundle, which will give you the opportunity to add colour and detail with that stamp, just as we saw that Toni did there. You've actually got a duo with regards to these, and they're beautiful. I mean, obviously, as Toni said, do keep an eye on your packaging. Take yourself with that QR code. All you need to do, and I will mention this because I know a lot of people think, well, what is this QR code? You've got this kind of little box on the back there. All you need to do is take your mobile phone, or maybe if you're working with a tablet, put it into as if you're taking a photograph and hover over that, and it will actually take you to a website. So you don't need to know the website address. It will take you directly there. It's as simple as that. But I know that everybody knows how to use them. But the beauty is you will know how to use these stamps and dies because they are so simple to use but so effective when you do use them. New and exclusive means it's the first time that we've seen these here at Create and Craft. Lots of you took advantage during our pre-launch because of course sometimes you can register your interest before we go live, and already 10% of the stock went at that stage before we'd even opened the shop, so to speak. But now it is flying out. Lots of you are adding in additional elements like the stencils that we can see in the background, and of course the hot air balloon, another quirky look with regards to these. Absolutely beautiful. Every one of these finished samples I think shows off your new and exclusive amazingly, and in different ways as well. Some of them have got quite a contemporary look to them, some of them have got a bit of a grungy look, like that one as well, because the stencil has kind of been used within a circle, so again it's forming new shapes. It's utilising different areas. You can see there that the flowers creating the framework almost with that hot air balloon has been used to create almost like a border to surround the main hero stamp, the main focal point. And imagine that little basket. You could be putting little, if you've got little quirky stamps with pets in there or little photographs, you could have loads of fun with these, and some brilliant sentiments to work alongside them as well. So you're not going to have to look far to find something to work with these. It's a brilliant deal. It always is when it's a new and exclusive bundle. And the beauty is we have all of the stock available for you here to shop with this one. Once it's sold out though, that's it. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to it. So is it going to be the stock? Is it going to be the clock that goes? If the clock, and by that I mean 24 hours goes, it goes up in price and you're not getting that saving. That's why I urge you to place your order as soon as you possibly can. Details are on your screen if you're wanting to get hold of these. 466 and 961 being the all important item number, and then you just choose. Are you going to pay for it all outright, which you can do, or are you going to spread the cost over your 3 flexi buys? Now if you do, you might want to consider the next items to go in alongside them, because we just saw these in action, and understandably we are busy for these. Once you realise just how useful these are and using them together as well, what a clever combination. Love that idea. So here you've got obviously your 2 different combinations with regards to your heart frames. So you've got the fabulous circles. Now the circles here obviously getting smaller right the way down to your centerpiece, and then obviously you've got a similar situation with regards to the rectangles. Rectangles very useful because you can have them portrait or landscape, and some of these you can kind of cross-pollinate over if you wanted to. You might want to put a couple of the circles within the rectangle frame, or do multiples as we saw from Toni just a few moments ago. Again, a brilliant and I have to say everybody's loving this style. I hope we see more of these.
Oh yeah, well I'm planning on doing maybe some stars.
Oh, nice.
I've had a few requests. When we do, what happens is 5 days or 6 days before we always do a pre-launch and say, look, what's coming to Create and Craft, you know, build up the hype and get everybody excited, and then all the thing, oh, these would be great with this and great with that. So they help me as well with the design element
and
of
I have to say the design team, you can see when people have had fun with these because you get so many different
They're
styles.
just so cool, my design team. They knock it out of the park, and if you look look at the samples on here, so say for instance this one here, it's quite grungy, isn't it? But then when you look at this one here, it's quite clean and classic, and you can see that lovely sort of circle design there, what I was saying about making a focal point. That is just absolute, tells a story. And
like
I stand here every time I'm live and I say it with every person, I love anything that tells a story, even if it's a piece of wood or, you know, a piece of marble. It's got something behind it. I just love a story.
Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Now, many of these are using, obviously, the new and exclusive stamps and dies that we've spoken to, and also lots of them utilising the stencils that we've got available for you as well. But for the time being, let me give you those details with regards to the Loveables, which is where you're getting all of those fabulous dies coming together for just £34.98, unless you're a club member, when you've, of course, got that additional saving. 996 983 if you fancy getting hold of those. But if you're looking for paper pads, that's something we can certainly help you with during this show as well. Lots of you found these on the website already, and these are beautiful because they're 12 by 12, which gives you a whole load of scope with regards to these. Perfect if you're working on your larger projects, but of course easy to chop into if you need to as well. The quality of these is amazing.
Beautiful, and they're uncoated, so you can heat emboss, add your watercolours, add your texture paste. It carries it really well. These are very fabric-esque.
Yes,
very. Got fabric written all over them.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Got
we'll see. You have
look.
What's left. I was asked to provide a backup
really?
show.
Oh, right.
So you have what is left. So you have the whole bunch of the greens in there, which is a complement of the magnolias as well. So you have eucalyptus leaves, you have your everyday greenery, you have berries and twigs and sort of bush, sort of very, very different, I have to say. So if you are looking for some different papers, they're single-sided, 12 by 12. And you're going to be able to do all of those creative backgrounds and think about putting your hot air balloon onto the background of the trees and the foliage and things like that. But they're just a great paper pad that can be utilised for your scrapbooking, your memory albums, your folios, your backing, matting and layering as well. And they are £17.99 each normally.
Really? Wow. And I mean, I'm not surprised because the quality is there. So I mean, that's a fair price with regards to these. But
you get a good one.
Getting both of these.
Yeah.
So that's
the greens.
Now this is lovely because you kind of got your magnolia, and I love magnolia flowers. I mean,
and
they're
again,
just so
very
beautiful.
summer, very uplifting, very you know, bright and vibrant. So you get watercolour washes that have got like a gold vein through them, so it looks like it's got gold foiling on there as well. Super large designs on these ones. These make great front covers for you. Fussy cut one out and put the balloon on top of to make a creative card. Yellows, pinks, corals, peaches. It just works, doesn't it? So stunning.
Beautiful.
And as you can see, they've all got that open white space in the background as well, which is going to enable you to pick up a brush and be creative if you want to, which I'm an ambassador of picking up that brush, as you all know. So
gorgeous.
You know, just enjoy it for that price.
Phenomenal
super price.
Yeah. So you all know what brilliant value for money this is. If you're normally paying £17.99, did you say, for each pad?
Yeah.
You're saving £14. If you're a club member, you're actually saving more. You're saving £16 on these. So you can understand for £17.98 as a club member, you're actually getting both of those pads. It's like you're kind of buying one and getting one free, isn't it, really, when you look at the price there? So 362319. The good news is as well, it's not limited to one per customer. So if you really are looking at stocking up, now is the time to do so, because we might not see this deal again, and certainly when they have gone, they have gone. So 362319 if you fancy getting hold of those. Now don't check your basket out before I tell you about the next bundle, because we're low in stock of these ones already to start with, and these are beautiful. So obviously you've got lots of kind of muted tones with the gorgeous greens, the beautiful pinks, but these ones much more vibrant.
These are totally different. You've got like raspberries, big blue open flowers that just, again, absolutely tell you. I don't think you'll probably ever see papers like this. Again, they're very, probably, I think maybe 1970s wallpaper, a Nigel May shirt.
Oh, you could just imagine doing
it's just totally different. So if you are a beginner crafter, these are really going to get you going due to the value. But if you are a paper collector and love different and unique, these are going to create the most gorgeous albums where people are going to be like, I've not seen a paper like that before. Where's that from? That's the sort of effect you're going to get with these sort of papers. They're really, really beautiful. Blue and pink is just something you would never probably put together, but for a unique project or somebody who really wants to stand out in their crafting, then these are really going to stand proud. They're going to be pleasers as well.
Definitely.
Big, bold, vibrant prints, all can be fussy cut.
And it's nice as well, because they're uncoated, you can use them as your base as well. So if you do find a white base a bit daunting, then give yourself a head start with some of these.
Stencils on them, just amazing.
Very much, yeah. That is, again, 1/2 of them. So you've got a second pad that I'm going to be sharing with you. Again, price phenomenal with this one, because you'd normally be looking at £17.99 if you're wanting to take advantage of these for each of those pads. The next one, this is where you can see those raspberries. Now, look at these.
This is a bit
beautiful.
I know, I'd wear a dress with that on.
It's a fabulous, mega fabulous fabric. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. Fabric.
Oh, that's a nice
it's like fabric
idea.
in paper.
Yes.
That's just the best way to explain it. I can't tell you. So different. So if you do like to stitch your papers with your sewing machine, because I know a lot of people like to do that, then that's going to enable you to do it. Again, get in with your pens and pencils, do a mop-up of colour, add the stencils in the show, fussy cut them, 3D them onto fronts of albums, just for that price. You can absolutely not have the worry.
Yeah.
No
now,
surprise.
we have got a bit of a worry with regard to this one, because we haven't got huge quantities and it is now limited in stock. So we're down to our last opportunity for you to get hold of this one. Again, phenomenal saving. You're normally paying £17.99 for one of those pads. As a club member, you're paying £17.98, but you're actually getting both of them sent to you. And you can see there's a lot of content within those as well, and the quality is there through and through. What have you got there, Toni? What are you keeping?
You can't see these. You can have a look at this one.
Okay. Gosh, that's weighty.
Well, so when you do a memory album, it's always like you've got 2 pages and you don't want to cut into any because you're scared you're going to run out. So this has got lots of pages in for you.
Yeah.
Now again, fabric-esque, big bold patterns.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know how you're going to decide, but these are gorgeous. Tags, toppers.
Oh, we love a watch or a clock face.
Roses.
Yeah.
So this one is brilliant for if you're wanting to see a design through from memory album to project to MDF to cards and things like that.
Yeah.
Equally, they look gorgeous on cards. We all know that.
But you know, you can absolutely
jazz it up. And again, these were £24.99 each.
Really? I'm not surprised, because I can feel the weight.
I'm going to show you this second
the weight
one.
Are we getting both of these now then in a bundle? Oh my goodness, I better get a jog on. Can you imagine using those rectangles? Sorry, that's me just being very me and forgetting that I'm actually working. That's what I say at home. Come on, get a jog on.
Says it's a dog all the time.
Exactly. But if you've got those rectangle dies, you could actually use those within these papers as well, can you?
And you get all your elements in here where you can build up. You can fussy cut, as always, a wood, because I put wood in everything. It's on everything. And then you get obviously all of the you get tags and toppers and things like that as well to be creative.
Goodness,
I think it's one of the biggest. It's a big one. It's heavy.
My arms are aching now.
My basket were heavy as well when I came in. I was like, oh. And then we've got this one, which is Tulip Charm, and this is different. This has got like your 12 by 12 setup, so you can do sort of the family photo in the centre. You can fussy cut it out. It's got chocolate cocoa-y, pink, green splats. It's got gold splats on there as well.
Can you pass me the dies that we've been talking about, the frames? Because I'm just looking there and I'm thinking, if you were to, look at that heart sitting in that area. It's almost like crying out for that. And you could stamp as well,
the hot air balloon here with the circles, the sentiment, family story. Oh yeah, it's just amazing.
And the beauty is you've got multiples of these, so exactly as Toni said, if you're looking at doing your memory albums, or maybe doing a series of photographs that are going to go on the wall in a large frame, then of course you've got the opportunity in here. And again, you've got those foundation ones that you can use for stamping multiple layers. But again, you've got that circle aperture just waiting for you to use those dies and those open areas. And oh, look at the heart.
There's always a heart somewhere, isn't there? I love a love story.
Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
Friendships, whatever it may be. I just love telling a story.
That's a nice one as well.
But equally, this one was one of our best sellers when we launched this one.
Surprised.
Absolutely. When we're always asked to give a little bit of extra stock of something else in case, we have a troublesome show, which is what happens sometimes.
Well, when we're busy as we are,
this is what we have left in our place, in our lovely shop.
Thank you for bringing us such a brilliant deal. So if you fancy getting hold of both of them, it's almost as if you're only paying for one of them, especially if you're a club member, because details on your screen are for both of those pads. So you'd normally be paying £24.99 for one, but now you have the opportunity to get both of those as a club member for £26.98. What a phenomenal price. But again, these aren't limitless deals. We have got a stock that once it's gone, it's gone. So if you like the look of either of those bundles, or any three of those actually, because there were 3 bundles are shared with you, you need to be quick. Same situation with regards to things like our new and exclusive bundle. We're launching it it during this hour. And of course, things like deal of the day as well. These have got a limited time offer. As we mentioned earlier on, we've got all sorts of fabulous promotions we bring to you, and this one's a cracking deal. £14.39. You've got your Tilda fabrics, my goodness, and that gorgeous beached themed with these. They're really pretty fabrics. Remember seeing these when we launched them and thinking how amazing they were. Just £15.99, but even more so, a bigger saving if you are a club member, bringing them down to just £14.39. I love them. Beautiful colours. Right, I've got about 10 minutes or so to go, Toni.
That's fine. So pigment ink again, and I'm going to use that sort of lightning. It's actually called Honeycomb, but I think it looks like lightning. I like it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this pink through here. Just hold your stencil in place with your magnet if you're using your Eureka. So just randomly pop it on. Now you can go as dark or as light as you please. I don't think there are any rules at all. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist the stencil and get sort of a cross-hatchy design. So don't be thinking because the stencil is as it is, it has to be used as it is. Absolutely not. You can use it and be creative as you wish. So let's just get this one down first.
You know what it reminds me of as well? You know the action movies where they go in to steal the biggest diamond and all those lasers are there to stop them actually getting to it. Just reminds me of that as well.
It does. So that's that one. And then if you twist it a little bit, you can obviously add a little bit more detail if you want to, but I'm just going to drop it a little bit and change the colour.
Okay.
So because we're going for summer here. So a bit of orange too, just going to drop it a little touch, so I've still got that bit of white, a bit higher, just off, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of orange too. Super easy. So I'm just going to go in the centre though with the orange, just to create a bit of a hue on there. Start to get a nice red.
Fab.
And then, whilst it's like it is, I'm just going to take some embossing powder because it's our pigment inks. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on here, just where I'm not going to cover it all. I could cover it all, it'll be super sparkly, but I'm just going to, I don't know what this technique's called, but Sarah who does it from Funky Fossil, I'm going to call it something like salt and pepper technique, because that's what you do, isn't it? Sort of like, let's shake that off. And then you get a sparkle in just some of the area. Rather than it all be covered and be sparkly, you just get a slight bit of sparkle on there. So just get the heat gun here and just quickly set this one. Get the gun really hot.
That's lovely.
It looks like a
rose gold.
It looks like a flight map.
Yeah.
Looking at it like that, doesn't it?
That's true. You can use it as a travel journal or something like that.
Looks like the screen when you're on a plane and you're thinking, my gosh, get me home. So, as soon as it's hot, then you can set that sparkle. And it sort of like changes a little bit when you're setting it. Come on, change. There we go. We've got no patience.
We do. It was terrible.
I don't know. I was watching the other day as well. Somebody was saying, "Do you talk to your craft stuff?"
Oh, and you're saying like, "Come on."
Carly, like she was saying, like, "No, you're not my favourite. Where's your favourite pen? Oh, you're not my favourite." Yeah, well, Carly. We're crazy, aren't we? Crafters, honestly. There we go. So I'm happy with that. So you've got that lovely sort of sparkle.
Almost
detail.
Foiled now.
It does, yeah. So let's bring in a balloon that I've already stamped and just added a little bit of colour. So this is the one where I was saying you can add a little bit of colour if you want to. You don't have to be precious about your colouring. Leave it black and white if you're thinking I'm not the great colourist in the world, greatest colourist. So I'm just going to use the lovely outline die, which to me is just awesome because it's really going to help you out with your design. And you can see it fits, and it's not just an outline die that leaves all the bits in between white. It cuts out the bits between the strings and it cuts around the lovely...
See, you wouldn't even bother trying to do that, would you? Because that means getting a craft knife involved, really, isn't it?
Who's got time for that? So you just pop this on here. Now these dies also work incredibly well if you just want to emboss them, you know, run them through without cutting. So just change your mat system and you can emboss as well, which is really nice. So I'll just pop this round, get it straight as we can. Sorry about the head.
No, you're okay. I'm just wondering, I'm just looking at this and thinking that if it kind of hung over the fold on a card,
Absolutely.
could you actually make a
shape card?
A shape card?
Of course you could, yeah.
Ah.
That would be good. That would be very good. Why didn't I think of that?
Because I only just thought of it.
Right, let's run this one through. So I did pre-colour that one, as I say, but at home you can take your time and just enjoy the process of the colouring. You don't need me to show you the colouring element, because you can scan that QR code where you're going to get all of the time of me taking time showing you in-depth demonstrations.
Lovely.
And my inspiration and my videos that we do for all the products we bring to you here at Create and Craft are also on Create and Craft's YouTube channel as well. There's a playlist for Stamps by Me on there as well. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm only on Create and Crafts, then you're not going to miss out.
Oh, okay.
So you just pop out these bits here, look, and then you get the most gorgeous.
Lovely?
It's so gorgeous. But let's jazz it up a little bit, because she's looking a bit flat at the minute. Let's get her sparkly. So glue, here we go. Let's add some glue, just random, don't be too precious about it. The glue dries clear, so you'll not see it anyway. So if you pop it on and it's a bit cumbersome, don't worry about it. I think 90% of glues dry clear. So all the way around.
Lovely.
You could pop pearls in the middle of these flowers if you want to, that'd be pretty. You know, if you're doing a wedding card and maybe they are getting in a hot air balloon, or, you know, our story, love story, there's some lovely sentiments in here. And then let's just pop some sparkle on.
And I think with this one as well, I mean, it's a lovely stamp as it is, but if you did want to just kind of trim around and you just wanted that almost like that round element with it, you could do.
If you just cut a thinking there, you'd get the floral element, wouldn't you?
Oh, look at the sparkle.
I know, it'll look really chunky to start with, guys, but the glue will dry clear, you'll hardly see it, but just if you can just imagine it without the glue, because it looks quite
amazing. Do you want me to pop that back in the pot for you?
Thank you.
And, oops, try not to drop it in the process.
So that's that, and then let's get our lovely card, start to construct our card now. I have just a normal card blank here. I'm just going to go absolutely flat again on here.
And again, if it's a key thing to you that you don't want the depth, nice and easy to do a flat card, but very effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to grab a piece of card just to flatten that down, because I don't want to touch it, because the last one I did, I got the biggest paw print on.
Oh, really?
And I haven't got a big butterfly big enough to hide it today, so just give it a chance to grab on there.
Yeah, sometimes again we're a little bit too keen, aren't we, to get
I just think, come on, stick. Give it a second. So it will stick, I'm sure. But again, equally, flat on a design or with pads is totally okay. I'm not going to stick it because it's not actually sticking for me, but you can see when you pop it on there, and then all it needs is a lovely sentiment here, and you're literally good to go. The balloon's doing all the talking, and I love the stencils, because I just know the stencils will work throughout all of the collections that I bring you here. So if you are a stencil fan, you have everything you need, but the balloon is just so unique, it's so beautiful.
Incredibly versatile stencils are as well, aren't they? And the detail that you've got within that stamp, absolutely phenomenal. Now the beauty is the stamp, you don't have to worry about cutting that out, because you've got the dies in there that are going to help you as well, and they're part of our fabulous new and exclusive bundle that we're sharing with you. So you can see in the bundle you've got both sets. So you've got obviously the hot air balloon that we saw Green created a few moments ago. You've also got the incredible floral content from the second bundle as well, and there's loads of ideas and inspiration on the back as well. Also giving a little nod to some of the additional items that we've got on the show, like the fabulous little frames that we've been chatting about, the Loveable frames. But what are you getting in this bundle? Well, first of all, you're getting two incredible stamp sets. There's a lot of content within these, and I love it because when you've actually designed these, you've brought them together with elements that will work alongside them. So sentiments that will mean that if you've not got any sentiments at all and you're just getting started, you've got perfect things to say.
Yeah, and normally we would do two separate ones with two separate florals in, but I wanted these to be able to work with the hot air balloon as well. So if you just encroach the sort of design on top of the hot air balloon, you get that 3D element as well. Just so pretty, so fun.
Definitely.
You know, they're just a lovely, lovely summer set. I mean, you could use use them as a winter. If you paint them red and add some gold sparkle and put Merry Christmas, you could absolutely use it as a Christmas card if you wanted to, that is. So,
true.
you know, don't put yourself in a box in relation to what it says on the stamp set. You know, utilise it for whatever thing that comes straight into your mind, because you are the creator. We
Very
put
much
these
so.
things in front of you and you can be creative.
That's it. Now, don't forget, you have got the dies that are going to work alongside not just your hot air balloons, but also your gorgeous flowers that I just showed you as well. So that is your new and exclusive bundle. Phenomenal deal. Lots of you taking advantage of this one, and lots of you adding in additional stencils as well, because we've got a fabulous set to share with you. They were available each as individuals, but sadly some of those are sold out. So the most economical way, to be honest, is to get them all together anyway. So they are along the bottom, as you can see there. They're 7 by 7, and you're going to get all of them. Now, the poppies was the first one to sell out. We didn't even get a chance to show you that one live in the studio, and you can understand why. Absolutely beautiful. Another one that sold out individually is the honeycomb, or the lightning that we've been referring to. That one has gone, so you can't get hold of that one. And then you've got the fabulous circle. So if you want that one by itself, I think we've got a few of those left. But to be honest, the saving that you're making, go for the whole bundle. Oh my goodness, we're being counted out right at the end.
We'll see you at 8.
See you at 8, and I will see you a little bit later. Branch One Day Special.